a few months ago, anyways. And I'm sitting in this limousine, right? This stretch Hummer, because we got, we're part of the leadership, and we got to go to this awesome leadership mastermind session or whatever. They drove us out to this farm way out in the middle of Georgia in these stretch Hummers. We got to eat at this awesome restaurant, and we were driving back to the hotel, and I'm sitting in this limo with Lawrence Tam and this guy from the UK, and he's just kind of quiet, sitting there, whatever. Hey man, so I start talking to him. So what do you do, and whatever? How's things going in business? He's like, I just made $1 million in the last 8 months. No big deal, Just bought a couple of Porsches, and it's just like, who the heck is this guy? I'm like, really? That's amazing, I mean, I just told you my story, how I made, $100,000 in over $100,000 in 12 months. This guy telling me he made over $1 million in 8 months. I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? Just like this mystery man. So he pulls out these cards, right? He's got these business cards. He's like, I do drop cards. I'm like, shut up. You don't do drop. He's got it. He's not lying. It's got $1 million on it. And I'm still puzzled. Like, what are you talking about? You do drop cards, and you made $1 million in 6 and 8 months. That's crazy. I know he does a little bit more than drop cards, but he does do them, right? He's always got them on him. He's putting them everywhere. He tells his team to do the same, and apparently it's working out. So, I think that's just awesome. But here's the thing. We did a webinar about 2 months ago talking about traffic to maximize and get the most traffic with the best quality leads on the internet, right? And gives you my plan to basically take over the Empower Network through a thing called we're calling the Ultimate Co-op. And the reason I started it was before the Atlanta event, I was doing paid marketing like crazy. I mean, I was spending lots of money on paid marketing. I was spending pretty much all my money on paid marketing, and we had started a co-op where I was marketing for like 200 people, right? And we were running traffic like crazy. I mean, tons of it. But I built up a list of 18,000 in just a couple months, and we were doing really good. But my conversions weren't the best because my follow-up is sloppy and I'm kind of lazy. I wasn't doing the best with follow-up, and I was marketing for 200 people, asking a million questions about the co-op and when is whatever starting and blah blah blah. I just got sick of it. I got burnt out. But like I said, I was like bleeding because I kept spending money on paid marketing, which I think is a good idea, but it wasn't always bringing back what I wanted to bring back. Right? I was a content marketer. That's what I've done since day one, since I started internet marketing, and where I made most of my money. Right? Like I said, I did lots of paid marketing. I got lots of signups from it, but I've got more signups from just organic traffic than I have anything else. That's because that's my gift, right? I'm good at that, and I've done crazy things. I made over $4,000 per blog post I've written since I've started. So it's pretty good conversions with my blog posts and my videos and that kind of stuff. But the paid marketing wasn't really my thing. Although I can learn anything, and I just have a way of figuring things out. But at the moment, I was kind of bleeding, right? And plus, I got sick of marketing for 200 people, so I thought, what, I'm going to just cut this off completely. I stopped marketing, paid marketing, like altogether. I just cut everything off, so I'm not doing it. I'm going to focus on following up with the list I already have. And I was looking for a way to be able to fund my marketing, right? An enormous amount of marketing, without it really coming out of my pocket, right? Without it really taking anything from me. So I thought, I don't know, I can get someone else to fund it. Figure out. I didn't know what I was going to use to do that, and I knew of some really good traffic sources that I actually got from the Rashkins and a few other people that I've met in some of these inner circle meetings. They told me the traffic sources that they use, and they've been using them for years to create millions of dollars in their online business. I thought I want to tap into that stuff, but there's like an introductory fee or a minimum buy-in of like $25,000, and I didn't happen to have $25,000 just sitting around I could throw on marketing. So I thought, I need to find a way to create a large amount of resources so I can take that and put it into marketing, you know, not just for myself, but for everyone I know. And that's when I started talking to Simon, which is the name of the mystery man below, the mystery man from the UK. I started talking to Simon back at Limousine, and he was telling me the programs he was involved with, and you know how much money he's been making, and I'm like, huh, that's interesting. So as soon as I got home, I started looking into what he was doing, because I thought $1 million in 8 months, that's pretty darn good. I'm going to see what the heck's going on here. So I started looking into it, and it was like, shoot, this is what I've been looking for. And I put together this plan in a day. I joined, right? And the next day we did that webinar, and shoot, I know we have a Facebook group with almost 500 people in it right now. My guess is that we have closer to 1,000 people in the whole team, right, inside of this thing. And what we're doing is we're putting together a massive group of people that have funds coming in that isn't taking it out of their pocket or their grocery money, right, so that they can take that and put it in high-level marketing co-ops and basically own the Empower Network. So we already all know that because you watched the previous video, right? That was 2 hours long, and hopefully this one won't be that long. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to bring Simon on and kind of explain to you his story and how he got started in Vantage Brokers, which is what we're using to fund the ultimate co-op for Empower Network. How he got started in that, his story, you know, how he built up his account to $1 million in 8 months, and how he's almost doubled that in the last 2 months. To where he's close to $2 million now, and just kind of give you guys some insights into what this is, why it works, how it works, and really the tremendous potential that it really has. Because I'm telling you, some of you guys, like the first webinar I did, like everyone joined. There was like probably 80% of you were like, I don't know what I'm getting in, Chris, but it sounds awesome, so I'm doing it. And some of you still don't know what you're what it is. I see someone posted in the Facebook group, they'd be like, I really haven't logged in since we got this, but they took a screenshot of their earnings. You know, it's like, but they made like $200. But what does that mean? I'm like, that means you're making money. They're like, really? I'm like, there's nothing you really have to do but set your account up and get things rolling, and money's just starts to be made. So. Anyways, I can go on forever about that. But I just want to introduce Simon Stepsis, the ultimate UK marketing machine. This guy is awesome, and I'm just excited to hear his story because, to be honest, he told me what he was doing and how much money he was making, but I don't know really how it happened, right? So if he, you know, say whatever you want, Simon, but you know, if you can kind of give us like a background and how you got doing what you're doing, how this all happened, and sort of some idea why what we're doing is powerful, and the potential that we really have that most people don't even realize what's happening to them in their financial life right now. So, Simon.
Sure. Thanks for that awesome intro, Chris. Wow. You know, how am I, gonna, produce or provide the information you guys need? And you know, first in all your answer was amazing. Incredible. Costa Rica a couple of weeks ago. I mean, wasn't that incredible?
Oh, that was sick, man. That was
San Diego. I mean, I'm in what is it, a week and a half or something?
Yeah.
So yeah, really excited. Okay, I'll quickly just tell my story. You know, I've been a business owner and entrepreneur now for over 20 years, and I first heard about the internet back in 1995, and I was doing, I was list broker, okay, offline, and I was doing offline publishing.
Okay.
And then, you know, my office kind of manager said, this is the internet, and this is what it is. It's like, you know, you connect it to the telephone, and you can send an email. I didn't even know what an email was. The reality was, it was black and white. It was dial-up connection. Most of you guys won't know what a dial-up connection is, but I can tell you, it was really slow. And it was really bad. I mean, you know, it was terrible. It was really slow. But here's the thing: 2 years later, I was making a full-time income online by '97. It really moves fast, the internet. You'll know that. And literally, I've never looked back. You know, I work entirely from home. I've got a home office here. It's brilliant. I have no employees. And the last 12 months, I've made the most money I've ever made, $1.9 million, over $1.9 million now. And again, it's absolutely been mind-blowing. And we met in Atlanta, and I shared that that with you. And it's getting bigger. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, the reality is the opportunity. With banners is phenomenal, because I'm on track to do $5 million this year and $10 million next year, and I'm not the only one either. This is the great thing. We recently had an event, a European launch in Portugal. You probably I'm not sure you've seen my trophy. I won Affiliate of the Year there. I'll just quickly show you guys if you can see that. This is basically a trophy, which was a bit of a surprise there. And I became $1 million earner with that, along with 16 other members. We got a ring, a Banners Broker kind of ring here. They gave us this a gold platinum ring, which is quite nice. And it did take me surprise, the opportunity. But it was taking massive action back in November. I got in with Banners just August last year now, so just over 12 months. And I took massive action, especially in November. Now, Empower Network just launched about November, and I knew Dave Wood from another opportunity that I was researching. Okay, a company called Numis, right. And I found Dave Wood's blog, and didn't know him, added him on Skype, and then we communicated a few times, and then I started to realize this guy really knows his stuff. For sure. I mean, he was absolutely a brilliant communicator. He came over brilliantly, and then obviously launched Empower Network. And at that time, that's when I really started to motor with Banners Broker. And internationally, there was challenges, as you all know, with the payment system. So I'm just in my 6th month now with Empower, and obviously doing pretty well. Those that know, you'll see me on the leaderboards there, which is great. And the reason why I joined Empower was because of I was partnering with a company that offered the right products. Okay, products obviously like a blogging product and high converted capture pages, list building, and this is what I was coaching for years anyway. So that was a great sort of tie-in, and then from there on, everybody wants traffic. Okay, so this is where obviously the aspect of, by that time I was making a lot of money with Banners, and it's just accelerated, and to this stage, it's at where it's at now. In the last 2 months, it's grown tremendously. So I know basically we have been trying to get Keith on, Chris. He's accepted you as a contact there. Okay. He says, what is the name of the hangout? Do you know the name of it?
Yeah, it's called $1 Million Mentor Meeting. But like I said, when I send a hangout, when I send an invite, if he's logged in, it should just pop up and say, so and so just invites you to hang out or whatever. I haven't been able to find a direct link to the hangout, because you invite people individually to actually hang out.
I sort of clicked on you and then sort of found a meeting, and then it just sort of I appeared. So it was a bit of making millions of dollars, and here we are, trying to fumble around a website. It's always like this.
Well, that's the thing, guys, is that when the reason you make $1 million is because you don't mess around and worrying about everything to be perfect or having perfect knowledge about everything before you just start taking action and making decisions and doing stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, if I'd imagine that you did some research about banners, but I wouldn't think that. I mean, maybe you did, but you just combed it over with a detailed comb. You know what I mean, like forever.
Yeah, there was when I started with Banners, it was a matter of my referrer was a chap I've known for a long time, and he basically was somebody who had been in the industry, direct sales industry, for over 20 years. Okay. Some people might know him, Ian Driscoll, and he basically, what really got my attention is he did call me a couple of times, and I always said, yeah, okay, I'm going to get around to it, I will be joining, I'm very curious about this, and the reality was, what I saw, I joined, I purchased some packages, and then from there on, I saw my account earning revenue, the panels earn revenue, and, it's amazing. There's a lot of skeptical people out there, and even today, people are very skeptical and still think, all right, okay, that's going to be a Ponzi, and things like that. And little do they realize is that if they actually, you know, were an educated person, they'd actually check it out properly. Because the reality is we don't need any more people. You don't have to recruit or sponsor into Manners Broker. You buy panels, they earn you revenue, and the revenue comes from advertisers. And this is all explained actually in the website on the, if people took the time to go in there, open a free account, looking in the back office. They do have live webinars every week. In fact, I was just on one literally about an hour ago, but, just a little bit more. And this is all explained. So it's just a matter of doing a little bit of research, of course, but there's always going to be people, you know, people now who were doing Zeek Rewards a year ago saying, Simon, you've got to be promoting this. This is the greatest thing going. And I said, no, I am not doing Zeek Rewards. The auctions are fake. Right. I wouldn't send it out to my list. And, you know, and they were saying, well, Manners Broker, that's a link, that's just a, you know, a pyramid Ponzi kind of scheme. And I said, oh, look, you know, we'll agree to disagree there. You carry on with Zeke, and I'll do my banners, and we'll go from there. And the reality is, you know we all know what's happened to Zeke, which is very sad.
Yes.
But you know, the end of the day is, you know, there's still a great opportunity here, and it's the reality is the U.S. market has been a very until you got on board, Chris. I mean, you've got a, you know, I think you know what you've got, which is huge, because what you've achieved in such a short time is far and away a lot more than what I achieved. You know, we talked about the sales credits, I think last night a little bit, and you've got that much, you know, sales credits there. You've got a license to rent money, and that's obviously if you do, you know, share it with other people, and it's starting to take off in the US in a big way now, and that basically is long overdue, because in Europe and the UK, we you know, we've got a lot of people making a lot of money, and that's great. You know, isn't that exciting? Okay, so it is innovative. It is innovation, Banners, and it is different than anything else out there, because again, we are an affiliate. We're buying advertising. The company are then renting our panels that we buy out to other advertisers, and therefore, and they give us a profit. I mean, again, I use a system which a couple of guys in the UK put together, which is the BB Agent, and this really does a very good job of explaining how it works. And that's all I've done. You know, literally, I did share back in November when I got very serious. I had more time available. This is where I was really working it, setting the foundations up by obviously, you know, referring a lot of people who purchased, you know, the packages in a big way, which gave me sales credits, which qualified my panels as they earn. It's a very clever and innovative system that they have. It takes a little bit of learning, okay, as you probably know, and we want to get Keith on, because you know, in that time, Keith has basically been great in helping me manage my. Officially ended the manager accounts now. They basically, the company are doing that, and the great thing is you know, we still have a great team who can basically advise, and Keith is part of that. So that's why I really want to get him on. Are you trying to get him on there, Chris?
I keep sending him the invite, and he's saying he's not seeing it.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Keith, you're there.
Yeah, got there last time. Sorry.
Okay.
Good man, Keith. Well, I mean, basically, I want to. What I want to do, I'll introduce Keith now, and I just want to basically share with you how I know Keith. I mean, Keith has followed me on the internet for a long time now. He's you know, we've been, I don't know, must be 10 years or more, something like that, and we've done other opportunities together. And you know, Keith's always been on my newsletter. And then this is what happened with Banners. I actually sent him the information regarding Banners, and he joined immediately and bought some panels, and he started to buy these packages every single week and panels, and I was like, this guy's, you know, what's he doing? He's buying, you know, he really sort of like, you know, got in there, you know, looked at how it all kind of planned. And, you know, I was saying, you know, I called him, I said, Keith, you know, you're buying these packages, you know, what's going on? You know, what you doing here? He was buying non-stop. You know, I couldn't believe it. I was like, I really, you know, and he said, well, you know, I'm going to basically, these packages are going to be earning me revenue. They're going to be paying me a weekly income. And this is what he did. So rather than basically, you know, I'll let him tell the story, because, you know, he obviously can tell you how it is. But basically, he's followed me in a lot of programs, and he came into this and took massive action, and he's obviously helped me get my account now just shy of $2 million. It'll go over well over $2 million this month, and it's awesome working with you. We had a great time in Portugal. We, you know, chartered a yacht out there, Keith, didn't we? And
absolutely,
it was awesome. So anyway, Keith, you tell the story. Back to you.
Okay, guys. Well, as Simon says, I've known him a number of years. I've always followed him. I first got involved when I started on the internet. I went to one of Corey Ruddle's seminars, and the words that always stuck with me then was, if you want to be successful on the internet, find somebody who already is and follow what they do. And that's exactly what I did. My first company that I joined, Simon was there receiving, I think it was a Sony Vaio laptop, Simon, wasn't it, for sponsoring the most people.
Yeah.
And immediately after, he didn't just win it by a few people, he won it by 300-400 people. So immediately after the event, I tracked him down. I said, Simon, I'm looking at getting started on the internet. Can you give me some information? He gave me his card then, the same card Chris was talking about, pulled out of his wallet.
Right.
I thought, that's the one. Phoned him up the next day, and we arranged a meeting, and I've never looked back since. I've always followed what Simon does. He's been inspiration to me, and he can be to many others. I got involved with Banners Broker, I think I've been in about 16 months now, and I'm one of these that when I get involved with something, I want to dissect it, I want to know how it all works, I want to know how they make the money, and I like to find different ways of making more money out of the company. That's exactly what a broker. That's why I was buying multiple packages at the time. They've stopped us doing that now, but the trick then was the company was giving us a package with complementary panels, i.e. they was once the complementary panel's finished, we had to either provide the traffic or go buy it ourselves. So I found a way round of buying more packages, signing up underneath myself again and putting packages underneath myself, passing sales credits up to my top business, so allowing me to qualify more panels. And I was doing it multiple times. I think by the time they shut us down and stopped us doing that, I had 56 green packages all underneath the first one. So I was getting sales credits like nobody else, and I was making panels work for me. I wasn't paying any money, and people were saying, "How are you making all this money?" And I just told them, and everyone started doing it, and we started monopolising it. In the end, Banners Broker says to us, if we carry on doing that, we're going to be bankrupt. Right. So then they took the site down December last year, and Banners Broker 2 was launched, whereas we was only able then to have one package per person. So then it was back to finding other ways of making money, and we do that. I'm not going to go into how we do that now, but I've manipulated the system again, and I'm making it work to advantage, hence getting Simon's account to... well, that's how we've got Simon's account to a million so quick. We was in Portugal in July. We hit 1 million just the week before we went to Portugal. I think we've been back two months, Simon, haven't we?
Yeah, 2 months now back, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. We're at, last time I looked at his account, it was just short of 1.9 million. So that's absolutely phenomenal. In 2 months, we've grown it by another 900,000. So we're well on target for 5K this year, 10 million next year. That's awesome. And that's where we want to be with it. Okay. I also manage about 150 accounts in Banners Broker, so I do know what I'm doing now after a lot of trial and error. So we can help you guys to get where you want to get.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to do this whole live stream, is because I know I have a lot of people that have joined Banners Broker, and like I said, half of them don't even know what they joined, and the other half don't have a clue what to do now that they're in. You know what I mean? Should they buy more panels? Should they upgrade their package or whatever? You know, what should they do? So, kind of want to have you talk about obviously your stories and how you went from a account of 0 to almost 2 million in 10 months, and how exactly that happens. And I know it's not really that complicated. We want to talk about stuff forever, and people want a million details. And I'm glad that you are into details, because I'm not. I see the money, and I'm like, okay, I need to do this and this, and then forget about it. You know what I mean? I got other things to do than to worry about all the little details. I just put it in, activate it, qualify my panels, and I'm set. But we do need some sort of direction. What's the best strategy? How? And I know it differs per person and what their objectives are. So I don't know if you want to talk about maybe some of the different strategies starting from nothing, with maybe people that have $500, $1,000, $5,000, or whatever. Kind of how you start accounts and what's the best way to grow them as fast as possible, and just to build a huge, you know, organization with no one ever having to worry about qualifying panels. So I don't know. If you want to talk about some sort of strategy or something, I mean, that'd be awesome. What do you think?
Well, there's quite a lot of different strategies we can adapt. First and foremost, the quickest and easiest one to get your account up to the biggest you'll ever get is recruit, recruit, recruit.
Right.
Simon's a master at it. He's brought a lot of people in. I know you are, Chris. So anybody that goes to and recruits a lot of people, and I'm not talking about a lot of people for this. I'm talking 10 good people with 1,000, 2,000 books coming into Banner's Broker. That will move your account on phenomenally. It'll give you traffic for the rest of your life. The rest of your account grows. The people's accounts underneath you grow, so you'll be able to keep qualifying panels.
Right.
So that is the easiest one. Obviously, the second one is to get as many panels working in the account as you can. And I know there is restrictions, so we have to work within the restrictions and within the macro that the company set.
Right.
But it's not a problem. We can get a lot of panels in there. It just takes a little bit longer to get where we need to go.
Absolutely. Yeah, and obviously, if you guys are on our team, you know that we have stuff in our Facebook group that shows you how to get people involved. And I want you guys to seriously get serious about this, because you know, I mean, we have leverage. This has been the easiest thing I've ever sold. You know what I mean? We brought in like 200 people in like 2 days when we first started this thing, and I haven't really done any active marketing myself, except for sending out a couple of emails since then. And I think we have like 270 now, personal, you know. And then in the group we have I know in our Facebook group we have close to 500, and I know there's a lot of people that aren't in there. Our group's probably around 1,000 right now. So we have assignments in the Facebook group that explain how to bring people into this. Tina Barnett, which she just joined just probably 2 weeks ago. I think she's closer to 50 people now in 2 weeks.
Fantastic.
And she's just been posting stuff on her Facebook wall. Because of what we're putting together here, I mean, obviously Banner's Broker by itself is just awesome, right? But there's been a lot of people that have heard of it or whatever, and they're just like, I don't know what that is. But if someone sees what it is, which I looked at it and was like, what the heck? You know, I got to do this. This is nuts. If they see what it is, it's just like no-brainer. You know, why wouldn't you do that? You know, because you don't have to recruit, but it is beneficial. But we make it really, really easy to recruit because you can leverage, one, me, and if you're in Empower Network, which is really why I started doing this, is so I could fund my Empower Network marketing. If you're in Empower Network, there's 40,000 people out in the marketplace that will most all of them, I'm not saying all of them, but a good portion of them will listen to you if you tell them you're involved in a marketing co-op with Chris Darty, where he's doing the marketing for us. I'm number one on the leaderboards for leads in Empower Network before they reset the whole thing a couple weeks ago. Don't know why they did that, but I'm going to have to jump back up there. You know what I mean? People know who I am, so they respect my name and what I'm able to do. You can leverage my name, right? You can leverage my marketing. You can leverage my emails, my videos, all this stuff. I mean, this last video we did, I don't know what the conversion rate's been, but it's been high. Most everyone that watches it that's in Empower Network, by the time they're at their end, they're like, where's the link? I want to join. So you have the ability to leverage what we're putting together here to get people into your Banner's Broker team, right, which is something you can use as a story. I was telling Tina Barnett last week that you better be documenting what you're doing, because all she's doing is posting some stuff on Facebook. On her Facebook wall, she direct messaged a few people in some Empower Network groups, and people are joining like crazy. She's got 50 people in like 2 weeks. That's pretty impressive. You know what I mean? Most recruit 50 people into anything their whole life. It looks like I'm frozen here. Okay, there we go. She's recruited 50 people in 2 weeks. That's a story that she can leverage, not just for Banner, not just for Empower Network, but for anything. You know what I mean? If people would want to know how to recruit 50 people in 2 weeks, she can tell you. And how did she do it? Well, she plugged into this, and she started promoting it. So, you know, recruiting here is easy, right? Why? Because it's impossible not to make money. When you got something that's impossible not to make money, I mean, what more can you ask?
Exactly.
Yeah,
What
that's
more
right.
can you ask for?
That is right. That's you know, so you know what I do, Chris, and everybody watching this is, you know, we use the basically is a system that two guys in the UK put together, and it does a great way of explaining everything. You can also plug your own order, and there is a professional version of us. You just program your you know. The email's already written. You just put your links in there, and it basically, I just go to this site. You know, I've got my own domain name, and people fill the details in, and then they get the follow-ups only about banners. It only sends that information out. Won't send any other information about Empower, and that keeps them focused. And when they realise, wow, look at the proof, look at these panels earning revenue, it does a brilliant job. And that's really, you know, Pete talked about. Well, everybody knows I won Affiliate of the Year, you know, with Banners Broker, the first one, which is, you know, an honour to receive, and the $1 Million Club. And that is keeping it simple, is using that system to do all the explaining for me. You know, when people ask me how does Banners work, I just say, go to this website, okay, and basically you can use it free. There is a free version, although I do recommend the pro version. You're building your list, and you're going to have everybody on this list, which is going to be interested in Banners Broker. Chris, this is a great technique because all the people in Power Network and out there, they're looking for ways, how are they going to finance their advertising? Well, they can use Broker. So that's a brilliant strategy. And Tina there, well done to you, Tina. That's absolutely awesome. And people ask me, okay, Simon, and European launch, did you sponsor it, a Banners Broker? Well, I sponsored over 1,000, I think 1,300 people now. They are not all buyers. Okay, I would say about 15% have bought a package. Okay, and it's getting bigger. It's getting bigger because now banners there's more success stories out there now. More people who are you know 16 millionaires in Portugal and rising, and now it's just taking off in the US and you know internationally more. I mean it's pretty big in Europe. Although big, you know, I wouldn't say absolutely enormous. 100,000 members, affiliates worldwide. It's still pretty small. But the great thing is use that system to do all the explaining for you, and then this frees your time up to and there on. We do have Skype groups, and you know, I'm on my 3rd Skype group. I know, Keith, you've got even more Skype groups, and Chris, you probably have as well. This is a good way to keep plugged in the Skype group. We just have one for a Banners Broker, and then once that fills up, because there's only 300 people you can have in the Skype group, we just open another one. And then we just, again, we add the new people into that. And that keeps everybody can ask questions, keeps the team together, and then we can give the right strategy of how to progress. Back to you guys.
Is it, hey, just a quick question. Can I add my people into those Skype groups? I know we'd fill up 2 of them, but I mean...
Yeah. It's best, especially in your case, Chris, is definitely open your own Skype group, add me and Keith, okay. And then basically, then we can add. You can get all your team just adding people into that group, and then you can ask questions, and then I can get information, put them into there as well, and so forth. Okay, that's the way to do that.
Right. Yeah, we've been staying on Facebook mostly, but we're Skype group too.
Yeah, Skype. The latest version of Skype integrates with Facebook. So it works really well. I use both. I'm more of a Skype user actually, but my Skype really gets extremely busy.
Yeah, right.
But it integrates well together. But it's worth having both, definitely.
Right, absolutely. So you know what I want to emphasize here, guys, is some of you guys have just got on board with us. You know what I mean? Probably Tina brought you in, or someone else from the team into the Ultimate Co-op and into Banners Broker, and on yet. Some of you haven't funded your accounts yet or whatever. I just want to encourage you guys to fund your account. Obviously, first of all, if you haven't activated your package, do that, because you don't start making money until your package gets activated. But if you've been in for any time, right, you want to start getting panels as soon as possible. You know what I mean? I think my account's up over 25 grand right now, and we've been in for 2 months. So you know, not that bad. And it's there. It's that point because every time I get sales credits, I buy panels. You know what I mean? And anytime I buy panels cap, I buy more panels, right? I mean, obviously, you know, we want to be able to take money out, but we can't take it out until it goes in first. So, you know what I mean? If you're trying to get inside the ultimate co-op, the way you qualify for that, one of the ways anyways, is that your Banners Broker account has to be producing enough income every month to fund your shares in the co-op. Otherwise, I will not let you in, right? The reason I chose to use Banners Broker is because I wanted people to be able to participate in high-level marketing that most people would never be able to touch in their lives because it costs 25 grand to get involved, and not have it come out of their pockets, right? So I know some of you guys got money, and you're just like, why can't I buy a share? Let me help you, please, you know what I mean? And not make it cost you money to market, right? Put that money that you got, right, that you want to buy a share in, into Banners Broker. Get your panels, get them qualified, get them rolling, and get your pay card, right? And we're going to use that to fund co-op. So if you're in, you're just messing around, you bought the yellow package or something, you're not going to be able to participate in the co-op unless you're making enough money to fund your share, which the share will be a minimum of $250. It'll probably be it'll be from $200 to $500. It could be $1,000. I don't know. We'll find out when we get there, which we will be there soon. But the point is that you need to be producing out of your account. Just because you're in our Facebook group doesn't mean you're going to be able to get a chance to participate in the co-op. You have to actually be producing something from your account. So you need to get panels as soon as possible. And I don't know, you know, Keith, if this makes sense to you. I don't know if this is the right strategy, but you get a package, right? Where is basically the highest package you can get, because you get that complimentary traffic those first 2 rounds. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about qualifying a black panel or anything like that, which I'm sure takes a lot of traffic packs or a lot of sales credits. So you don't have to worry about that if you get the package, right? So get as high package as you can. But after that, you want to start buying panels, and you start low and you go high. You know what I mean? You start getting as many yellow panels as you can because they cap faster, which means you'll be able to take that money and either pull it out or buy more panels. Right? You get as many yellows as you can. Well, they have that macro thing where you can only get so many yellow panels before you have to buy a purple panel. Right? So basically, you just start from the beginning. You start buying as many yellow panels as you can till it tells you, oh, you got to stop and buy a purple panel. Then you buy a purple panel, and you go back to yellow and buy as many yellow as you can. Then you have to buy another purple, and you'll do that a few times. Then you'll have to buy a blue, right? And you just go up the line like that, right? With whatever you have. But for sure, you want to get as many panels as you can, because the sooner you get them, the sooner they start whatever. I don't know, capping. I don't know what the term is. But the thing is, if you don't have the traffic to qualify, correct me if I'm wrong, Keith. Party over Keith's house.
Yes.
But anyways, correct me if I'm wrong here, but when you buy your panel, isn't that when it starts capping, not necessarily when you actually qualify it? So technically, if you didn't have traffic to qualify it at the moment, but you expected to, or obviously you know you can buy traffic packs whenever, does it make sense to buy the panels now, even if you don't have the credits, the sales credits, and then have them start building whatever, going towards capping or reaching their maximum there, and will they start whatever you call it? I don't know. We don't
yeah, absolutely. All panels, if you notice, have all got a date stamp on them. So the minute you buy them, that date stamp is initiated. You can leave them sitting in your account for 3 or 4 weeks. You can then, you've got whoever you've brought in, their panels have capped, they've passed sales credits up to you. So now you've gone and decided to qualify the yellow panels that you've had sitting there. The minute the traffic engine runs over them yellow panels, it'll check the date on them. It'll say that these are 3 weeks old. They need to be 2/3 the way across, or whatever they are in comparison with each colour panel. So yeah, if you've got money sitting in your e-wallet but not got the traffic, then buy the panels. Look at the macro system that you've got. That's the allowance of the colour of panels, and buy whatever you can at the time. Buy as many yellow, and then as many purple, and then as many blue, working up from yellow, purple, blue, green, so on. leave them sitting there, qualify the oldest ones first, always qualify the oldest ones first with whatever you got traffic, and then if you're buying traffic packs, never buy more than 50% of the traffic that you need to qualify all your panels, otherwise your account will be hemorrhaging money. So do, right, I will, if you want to add me onto your Facebook group, Chris, I will join in that and give advice on that. I've got my own training web. I will try and update a bit more, but it's got all the basics on, from starting out, buying a package, funding your account, what to do, moving forward. That's bannersbrokerhelp.com.
Okay.
Feel free to give it out to all your team members. I do update it as much as I can, and there is a lot of quality information there that will help everybody make a serious load of money with this.
Awesome. Yeah, no, for sure. Well, I'll probably add you and Simon to our Facebook group just so you can kind of see what we got going on, and if you got any, if there's updates and news or whatever, or you see some something helpful, you can add in there, or answer questions if you see them pop up and you know the answer or whatever, for sure.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, what I get just while you're talking about people buying the package is people have said, what's the best package to buy? The best is the black, obviously. So
right.
I would encourage you, everybody watching it, is to buy the highest package that you possibly can afford. If you buy, you do get 30 days to upgrade. So let's say you bought a red package, you can upgrade it to a black, as long as you do that before 30 days. It depends on your own cash flow. So I'd encourage everybody to buy as high as they can. The reason being, it's got all. Okay, so it's definitely the best way. All right, back to you, Chris.
Right. Yeah. No. Absolutely. I mean, I bought a black package, right? Because it made sense to me, right? I mean, it's like, hey, taking everything, and I want to make as much money as I possibly can, so I bought a black package. Because if I didn't, if I tried to buy just a black panel, I'd have to qualify that black panel with traffic, which takes a lot of traffic. You get two complementary rounds of traffic for a black panel. That's a big deal. But here's the thing: we talked about these macros where you can only buy so many yellows before you got to buy a purple. You can only buy so many purples before you got to buy blue and green and red and black and so on and so forth. So I expected to have a lot of panels in my account, so I thought, might as well get it over with and have at least one black panel because I'm going to have a bunch of reds. You know what I mean? So I didn't get limited as much. So for sure, you want to buy as big a package as you can, so that you're not limited as much on the amount of panels you can buy, and obviously so you get those first two rounds of traffic complimentary for free. Basically, they just kind of give them to you, which is awesome. So I mean, yeah, guys. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, we talked to Simon. He's made close to $2 million in the last 10 months in this thing. I've done 25 grand in the last 2 months. Did I just say two? Simon made it in 10 months. I made it in 2. It's still early here. I'm drinking this high-powered caffeinated tea. I don't know.
Yeah. I will say this though, Chris. What your account has done, okay, is we talked about this last night. What your account has done compared with the first 2 months that I've done is far accelerated anything that I did. So your account will be literally, I mean, it's going to be at $1 million before you know it. Watch this space. There's no question about that because you've actually done the right thing. Recruiting, obviously bringing a lot of affiliates who purchase. This is a license to bring money, it really is. So you've done the right thing. You've done far and away a lot more than what I did in 2 months because I joined, like I said, I think it was in August sometime, and then I got serious in November. And then, obviously, it's really started to accelerate. I forget what it all is now, and I did check my account on last Monday. It was at 1.93 million in total earnings. Okay, which is blew me away. It really did blow me away. And the great thing is, the last couple of months, it's gone huge. But I do buy huge amount of panels. People ask, how much money you withdrawing, are you withdrawing money and things like this. Yes, I am. I mean, this month I've drawn $45,000. When the panels pay out, okay, or earn you revenue, the way it works, 50% will go into your e-wallet and 50% go and repurchase more panels. So, again, well, I mean, I've got what have I got sitting in my e-wallet now? In my e-wallet alone, I don't know, about 110,000.
100,000.
100,000, something like that. So, and that's real cash, guys. That is real cash. You can, pull it out. You can use Payzer, STP. I use Payzer personally, and the very large accounts we can sort out with the company to do a transfer as well. So everything's here for you guys to turn your business, to turn this into whatever you want it to be. It will surprise you, will shock you, but remember, it does take that action, focus, and commitment, and building it, and just keep there. I'm always there. I'm not stop. I'm very driven. I sort of give people a big mindset of, $1 million here, it hasn't been that difficult. I mean, it might sound crazy but I have got a lot of experience, a lot of contact, and I'm very focused. It may be 100K. You may want 100 grand out of it. $1 million, $5 million, $10 million, you can certainly do that. I mean, the market for online advertising is so huge. The 5 biggest companies on the internet, like Google, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Yahoo, all these companies earn the majority of their money from advertising, because people always say, well, look, how can all this money be made? And here's the thing I like to quote. If you have a look at the top 500 MLM earners out there, the second guy I like to quote, not number one, Dexter Yeager with Amway, he's been in it years. Hilton Briggs, he's doing $800,000 a month selling coffee. And I think he's been doing that around about 5 years. And that can't be the easiest thing to build, selling coffee, keeping people, a big team. The churn that you have in the MLM industry is very high, because a lot of people don't make money. Well, here, it is not MLM. It's totally different to everything else that you've seen out there. And, don't prejudge it. Check it out. This company is totally different. You actually are buying advertising panels, which the company rent out to, obviously advertisers who pay us. We don't need to recruit a sponsor, but if you do, then, and I strongly recommend you do, of course, this is going to give you huge sales credits, which basically is going to qualify all your revenue in the future. And you're going to be very excited, I can assure you. You're sleeping.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just a great program, guys. I mean, that's getting stuff that isn't. You know what I mean? I see stuff every day. I get people hitting me up all the time with all kinds of junk. It's just like, oh, how stupid is that? You know what I mean? Why would I want to mess around with some schemy, dumb thing that, doesn't make anybody any money and makes you look like an idiot? You know? Who wants to look like an idiot and not make money? You know what I mean? I want to look smart and make $1 million. So that's why I'm here.
There is isn't there a lot of rubbish? There is so much rubbish out there. I mean, again, I get hit on it all the time, and and I'm like, oh my God, I can put my face to that. I mean, to put my face to that, it's just embarrassing. And people do.
It is embarrassing. And the guys, I know, it's kind of boring. Banners is kind of boring, but it's exciting at the same time. You know what I mean? It's like boring because it's like, you're like, I log into my account like 10 times a day. I'm like, has it moved?
It's highly addictive.
I mean, you look at the next, it's like, whoa, a bunch of panels capped. I got like, $2,000 in my e-wallet. What am I going to do?
Wait till it really...
It's slow and it's boring, you know what I mean? But we're watching our accounts grow. I mean, like I said, I started with nothing, and then in 2 months, I'm up to 25 grand. And it's just like, wow, what did I even do? Not a whole lot of anything, seriously. You know what I mean? I didn't have to do any three-way calls. I didn't have to call my family and friends. I didn't even have to hit people up on Facebook. I wasn't spamming, right? Although that does work in some circumstances. Tina Barnett can tell you. You know what I mean? Everything works, guys. But you know what I mean? I didn't have to do a whole lot for it. We did one live stream, recorded it, sent it out. And it's, we've done really, really well. And what I can tell you guys is this. I know what works in this industry and what doesn't. And I've been around people that are very experienced, have made a lot of money in this industry, and I've seen when a streak of inspiration came over somebody and they put together something great. I was there when Empower Network launched. I was there in the hotel meeting when we were launching it, when we had to wait an extra week to get it out to the market because there was no website. You know what I mean? But I seen Dave Wood's vision. I seen what he's trying to put together. I seen those ideas come across through his head and put that thing together, and it's turned into what it is. right? And here's the thing: if you're not experienced in marketing and if you haven't built big things in the past, you want to get behind someone or some people that have a vision, right? That have an inspiration that is going to turn into something great. And I'm telling you, what we have here in the Ultimate Co-op with Banners Broker and Empower Network is going to turn into something great, right? I really didn't sit here and plan this thing up for a year before I introduced it to everybody. It was just an inspiration. I mean, literally, it came across me in a second. I saw, that's it. That's what we're doing. This is going to work. It's going to be huge. And then I did that webinar. We built the team that we have, and everyone in our team that joined and bought their package is making money. Everyone that you've joined ever, that everyone is making money, right? Nothing. How, you know, what are you not getting here?
Well, that's the right, and that's the difference. Which you know, it is innovation. It is different than any other kind of business out there, and this is the kind of thing that, you know, I noticed. Not only that, I did notice that because in reality at that time when we were working it, there was really no kind of limits to the packages that we could purchase, and there is the company have like a corporate kind of account now that you can go. But the great thing is, the reality is you can make such a lot of money, you know, obviously if you take massive action. And the great thing is, Chris, what you've done already is already produced that. But it's produced far and away a lot more than what I did in the first 2 months that I got involved. And this is the great thing now, because I already, you know, work with some of your guys out there in the US, you know, on Facebook and Skype, and yeah, I know what they're doing. They're producing really, really big. So you've got the foundations there of of enormous business, because the US market, let's face it, is one of the biggest in the world. Right. And it's only taken, you know, I've been in connection with other people in the US and other good leaders, and the reality is they said, okay, you know, what are you doing? Well, you know, I just did over 150 grand last. Okay, all right, okay, with this company, Banners Broker, but you were the one that basically took action, okay, because I share that with everybody. You know, I don't keep it a secret. Right. You're the one that grabbed that, and you're going to have the rewards, my friend. People, you're going to make so much money. What are you going to do with it? You're going to need a financial advisor.
For sure.
You will. You'll need a financial advisor. And because, you know, it is a lot of money here, and that's the market we're in. We're in a market which is worth billions of dollars, yeah, that's insatiable. Everybody wants more traffic, and you know, back when I got started in '97, there was banner advertising then, and there's banner advertising now, and it's bigger, a lot bigger than it will be now. In 10 years from now, it's going to be bigger and bigger. Right. And the company, just so everybody's aware, is I know the company really well. Obviously, we met them. You know, we met the owners in Portugal and the European launch, and there are three things that really come over to me was this longevity. Everything that the company do is set up for longevity. It's set up for the affiliates and set up for the company. They won't make any bad decision unless it's well, they won't. I mean, you know, the decisions are all based on them three things, and that's exciting. You know, we want something that's going to be around in the future. And the company is have that vision to, you know, have that longevity, a business that's going to be around for a long we all want.
Absolutely. So, guys, this is what I'm gonna. We're gonna sort of wrap it up, but then we're gonna take questions, right? If I know there's close to 200 people or over 125 people. I know some of you have some questions. We're going to wrap it up as far as what we're talking about, and then we'll go into question and answer. But I just want to encourage you guys to take action. If you're already in with us in Banners Broker, you know what I mean, activate your package, start getting panels as soon as possible, because I'm telling you, the sooner you get them, the sooner money starts coming in, right? And there's no you know, there's no other way to put it. There's no technical fancy stuff. You just get the panels, they start making money. You know what I mean? So the longer you wait, the longer you're not making money. This isn't something where it's like, oh, well, should I get in or should I not? Should I do this or shouldn't I? Because I'm not sure if in 90 days I'm going to be making money from this. This is something that you know for sure. If you do, 90 days from now you'll be making money. So why hesitate? You know what I mean? Get in there start buying panels. I know it's not, you know, anything real fancy, but just do it.
Yeah.
And, you know, log in. You can log in 10 times a day if you want, but you might like get like start freaking out. You might want to do like every day or every other day.
Yeah, you'll be logging in every day, multiple times daily. First thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning, right. So, I mean, get in there and start getting your panels. If hopefully what we said makes sense, you get your package, the biggest one you can. Then you start buying panels from the smallest yellow all the way up the rainbow. As many as you can of yellow till you have to buy purple, and then buy a purple, go back to yellow, buy as many yellows as you can. You've got to buy purple again, and so on and so forth. You know, when you get to the maximum purple, you buy your blue, and you keep going up the rainbow there. Plug into our group, right? We're giving out swipe copy. We have videos in there that you can use to promote. We have some leaders in there that are doing some stuff inside of Facebook that is bringing people in every day. It's not complicated. People thank you. Everyone that in the group has thanked me 100 times. Thank you for showing me this, because a lot of them have never made money in their life doing anything, and they've bought everything. You know what I mean? This is something you can feel good about recommending to somebody that's been in the industry for who knows how long, right? They bought every course, they've joined every deal, and still they've never made any money, because most of them are, you have to recruit, right? If you don't recruit, you don't make any money. With this, it's good to recruit, and it's simple and easy to recruit, because we give you the tools, we give you the leverage by using us and our group and our co-op and what we're doing. My name, if you're an Empower, it's the easiest sell you'll ever have. But even if you don't, you'll make money anyways. So get in there, start buying panels, and start growing your account. And that's all I'm going to say, right? If you, right, from my email list or whatever, find my dude, I don't know where the heck I even put it. I'll drop my link in the YouTube chat, right, to join, to get your account. I actually think Banners is under maintenance right now, so you might not be able to do it at this very second. They're up and making the site better. Let me see if it's under maintenance. Yep, under maintenance. But I'll drop my link in the YouTube chat anyways, so that when you guys are ready to get going, you can. Now, if someone else sent you to the video from my team, get their link. You know what I mean? If you're in our team, you can still participate in the Ultimate Co-op. You know, but you got to be in our team and get your package activated. And whoever invited you, they'll get you in the group, and we'll plug you into what we're doing. But if I invite you here, which is most likely because I sent an email out to my list, check out the link in the YouTube chat, and we will go from there. I'm so excited for you guys. Seriously, looking forward to this. I'm so excited about the Ultimate Co-op and just taking the resources we're putting together in Banners and owning the Empower Network, right? But even if you're not in the Empower Network, it's okay, because you can take all that money that we'd be marketing for Empower Network and Banners, right, and just keep it. and pay your mortgage, and buy your groceries, and buy a car. Now, Simon told me yesterday that next month he's going to be pulling out like $100,000 or something and buying a brand new Porsche 911. Is that what the story is, Simon?
Yeah, basically, I've had my eye on the new Carrera 4. If you check out the Porsche website, they've got a new Carrera 4 coming out, and basically, I mean, it's I'm not sure in dollars what it is, but it's a lot of money. It's a lot. Money. But just, you know, touching base what you were just saying there, Chris, here's the great thing about when you're promoting Banners and when you're out there promoting it. Here's the thing: when people see that everybody's panels make money. It's as simple as that. And here's the thing: when you've recommended something to somebody where they are actually making money, they will follow you into anything. So it's always a great idea to lead with Banners. And you just say this is what I say. I say, look, guys, have you done any banner advertising before? Okay, are you getting enough traffic? And you know what? Everybody says, no, I'm not. I want more traffic. I've never done any banner advertising. And then this is where I just say, I just flick my link there to my, you know, to the agent that I'm using, and I say, look, fill your email at that website, and then watch your email. I'm going to be showing you multiple ways how to use banner advertising. and you know it'll give you obviously revenue to build any of your business, or you can take the cash out and buy some, pay your mortgage, buy some nice things. It's brilliant. It's very, very easy. Really easy business.
It really is, and like you said, that's so true. If you introduce something to somebody where they get the results for the first time in their life, they will love you and follow you into anything, right? Yeah. And they should, right? Because you don't recommend junk. You recommend stuff that actually works. And that's what I can do all kinds of crazy stuff, right? I can recruit people into anything and, you know what I mean, make a bunch of money selling all kinds of stuff. But I'm always looking for the thing that I can recommend to people that I know don't necessarily have the skills that I have. You know what I mean? And are new to this and don't really know how to market and that kind of stuff. Obviously, we want to teach them that so they can have that skill for the rest of their life. But in the meantime, they need to get their head above water and start bringing in something. And this is really the only thing I know of where you can do and not really know how to market at all, right? And you know what I mean? And it's like it's impossible not to make money. So I'm all with you as far as leading with banners. You know what I mean? Because it's like, okay, you want to start a home-based business, and most people are like, well, I have this, and this budget. You know, what can I do? And it's like, well, you can buy into this program, right? But there's no guarantee that you're going to make money because there's no guarantee that you're going to do anything and recruit people. For this, it's like, okay, well, let's just take that money, put it into banners, right? Now take the money that you're going to get from that because it's guaranteed not to make money. Or what am I saying? It's
impossible not to make money.
Guaranteed not to make money. Now that's your normal MLM, right? I can almost guarantee you that it's not going to make money, but with banners, it's impossible not to make money.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So you're making that money. Now we can take that money and plug it into marketing for these other things that you know we have that pay really well. But you need a marketing budget or you need some serious skills to be able to promote. So I think that's definitely a great lead-in. We talk about the funded proposal, right? Everyone always talks about that. If you're selling an MLM or some deal, you need to have this funded proposal. Well, the problem is the funded proposal turns into another MLM that you still don't ever make any money from because you don't know how to sell and recruit, right? This is a true funded proposal. This thing funds everything else, which is why I joined, which is why we're doing this. So guys, just get in. Don't be messing around. Get plugged in. Get plugged into our group. We're going to explain how this works, which we just did. It's really not that complicated. Get your package, get your panels, get this thing rolling, and a few months from now, your life will be completely different. I mean, it's really going to be awesome. I'm so looking forward to seeing your guys' success stories unfold, and just watching you grow and blossom, and using the results that you get from banners, which is set up just beautifully. I mean, it really. I mean, to where you're making money and you're getting the results. And it's easy to sell, so you can talk about how you're recruiting people, and you build that story to become an internet success. Really, and if you guys don't know anything about internet marketing, your story is everything. I've learned that myself. The reason I can do what I do is because I have a story, right? And some of you guys have been in for a long time. You don't have a story. That's totally fine. Your story starts today, right? You don't have to talk about what happened for the last 10 years on some of your story. You tell them what happened from the day you started succeeding. Now you can talk about past failures and that kind of stuff, but people want to know, you know what I mean, what kind of success that you have. Well, most of you can't say you had any. Well, here I can hand you success, right? I can hand it to you, and I can say do this, and it's impossible not to get success here, right? And then you can take that story and leverage that to build anything you want. And let me tell you, when you have a story to leverage, everything becomes easier. Everything, right? So trust me on this. It fits perfect. It's going to help you in everything you do, and you're going to make money, obviously. So guys, just go ahead and do that. Click the link below the video and get in, right? We'll see you in the Facebook group. Now, let's transition.
Can I just add one thing before you go?
Absolutely, bro. Yep.
Yeah. Just want to say to you all that 12 months ago I was working 60, 70 hours a week trying to make ends meet. This has changed my life. I don't work anymore. I've given up my job. I get up in the morning, I put my shorts on, and I go into the garden, I do what I want. I regularly take 5 to $10,000 out of this business every single month now, and it continues to grow month after month after month. It doesn't slow down. So if you want to do it yourself, then you need to take a step. Just make a start, buy the biggest package you can afford, get going, and I promise we'll make money.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's an awesome story. And I'm telling you guys, that is going to be all your stories. If you take this serious and do what we're telling you to do, right? We can say that with all certainty because we know it's impossible not to make money. We know when you do it, you will get results and money coming in. So I mean, I'm just so, thank you, Simon, for introducing this to me, for showing up in the limo and talking about your drop cards and buying Porsches and making millions.
Yeah, well, you're the one who took action. I don't keep it a secret. I always share the same story. But here's the thing. You were a listener and you took action. And now, basically, you've got to start, you're just starting out on something that I consider to be the biggest thing I've ever seen and done on the internet. And by far it is. And, I've been in the industry a long time. And, it's this word of innovation. And, why did the world economy come into like a recession? This is the thing that I like to talk about. And that is because there was lack of innovation. And Banners Broker have really innovated. They've got, they've just created something that truly is unique and innovative. And there's been two companies that have been trying to copy them, and they both failed miserably. And they talked about this in the European launch, but this is just the start, especially for the US market. You've got a very bright future. And again, that aspect is when you lead with banners and people make money, you can bring them into your Empower business. You can bring them into any other business opportunity because they're making money. That is phenomenal. So it's a great way to lead with that. And that's what I do, just so you're aware of that.
Right. And even if you sell dumb junk that no one wants to buy, if you get them in banners first, they'll have the money to buy your stupid ownership. It's funny, but I'm serious. You know what I mean? You guys know if you're an MLM, some of you guys promote some funky stuff, you know what I mean, that most people wouldn't buy unless they were hoping that they would make money from it, you know what I mean? Like no one would really buy it because it's double the price than you normally pay for it. And I'm not insulting you guys. MLM's awesome, and that it would be a lot easier to get people to come up with the money and if it wasn't coming out of their pocket. And like I said, that's really why I decided banners and get this thing going, because I seen people bleeding money like crazy. They were putting money in a hole with bags in it, and it was in a bag with holes in it, and it was just pouring out and pouring out and pouring out into their marketing and into their they're trying to figure out how to do this stuff and buying courses and all that stuff. And it's just it's sad. I commend them for being willing to do that. But at the same time, I know myself, and I'm making good money online. There comes to a point where it's like, I gotta cut this off, or we're gonna be bankrupt. You know what I mean? So when I seen this, I seen it as a way that could fund anything you want to do. Even if you want to sell some dumb stuff that you just like but no one really cares about, you know what I mean? Use banners and then just say, hey guys, you know what I mean? You join in banners. I helped you make a bunch of money. Just join this thing because it's cool.
That's it. That's it.
You don't have the money. You don't have the money to join it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's it. You just said it. It's people. Because I know a lot of people. Obviously we're in Empower, and the great thing is I can say this is what happened with me. This is exactly what happened with me. I'll share this with you guys just before we wrap it up. This is just one example of multiple examples, but somebody came into the business, into my banners business, and they purchased a package of, it was actually over $5,000, $10,000 package. Anyway, they basically, and they were over the moon. They're very excited. They're like, wow, this is absolutely fantastic. Simon, you are a god. And, people call me these kind of things, and I'm saying, look, I'm not. I'm just sharing this opportunity with you. Look. Well, here's the thing. They're calling me saying, how can I make more money, Simon? They call you back. This is now my phone rings saying, how can I make more money? And I just say, right, okay, you want to promote your Banners Broker. Here's what you do. You get a blog, okay? How do I get a blog? Okay, you send them to your Empower Network site. You say, go and get a blog here. It's just $25. And then get the training. You get all in. And this is good. And you know what? They do. They absolutely do. People do that all the time. And so this is going to really take your business to another level. And again, you've got that, you've got that funded proposal because you've got something making you cash there, earning your revenue even while you sleep. And when you're waking up in the morning, you know, and you're looking at you look at the revenue that your panels have earned, and you see the money there, you're like, oh my God, that is and this just keeps accelerating. You keep, you know, if you want to build your business, your banners business into a multi-million-dollar business, here's what you do: you keep repurchasing. Don't pull out any. You know, the cash that you make, of course you're going to make cash that goes into your e-wallet. This is what I did. I bought all that cash. I purchased more panels. So that's how I've built my business up to such an extent now, where, of course, I can pull out 100,000, 200,000 more per month if I wanted to. The reality is, you know, hey, look, do I really need that kind of cash now? I don't. So I've got a goal to take my account to $5 million this year, $10 million next year, and then we'll make a decision what we're going to do from there.
Right. Yeah, I just want to point out the fact that what Simon's saying works. So how much money have you made in Empower Network since you've been in, and how long have you been in Empower Network?
I'm just in my 6th month now. You know, frontline sponsored. I've gone over 450 now. I've made 100, and I think the total earnings about 120, something like that. I think real-time cash, my actual cash that goes in your account, I think about 97,000 or something, 97,500. Awesome. You know, I did $12,000 last week with Empower Network, which is pretty good. I had a $5,000 day. You know, I've done a training in the inner circle. I sent a text message out. I made $4,500 there. So, I mean, Empower is an awesome business, and I know most people are in it, and you know, and that's because it's got the right tools and the quality products that people need for the right foundation. Yeah. So,
you know, what I'm saying is that the process that Simon's talking about, using banners as a funded proposal, because it, you know, people talk about funded proposal, and it's just they're full of it. You know what I mean? They sell the funded proposal, but most of the time you can't even sell the darn thing because it's just a stupid ebook that no one wants. This is a funding proposal, right? This is a proposal that actually funds your marketing, and like you said, people love you for it, so they'll join you in whatever else you recommend to them. Simon recommends Empower Network, so he gets a bunch of signups in Empower Network, just leading with banners, right? Now we're going to take it another step and take the money that we're getting from banners and put that directly into marketing. And I don't know, we'll test it out, but we might do better driving straight to banners and then backing everyone in Empower. We'll go down that road when we get there, but that might not be a bad idea, because obviously people get in banners, they'll have the money to buy every product in Empower. Right?
Exactly.
I mean, we want upsells, right? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We want people to buy that $1,000 15K formula. We want them to be able to buy this new product that's coming out that you guys will know, Diego, if you don't already. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about big money, right? We want, and how are people going to be able to do that? Well, some people will just have it and they'll do it. Some people won't. But if you get them in banners and they start building their account, everyone will be able to do it. So you will have 100% upsells in Empower, which is a lot of money. A lot of money. You know what I mean? Simon's on the leaderboard. He's way up there right now, and as far as the contest goes, he's doing awesome because he does what we're saying here, right? You start lead with banners, back in Empower once people are making money, which takes a month. You know what I mean? Not even. You can have people, if you've got someone into banners, right? Next month, they would have their money to join Empower, and it wouldn't be coming out of pocket. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't be like, oh, I don't know if I have the money. We know you got the money. So just get in.
We made it. Yeah, we made it for you. Right. That's the way.
That's a great strategy, a great point for sure. Yeah. So guys, I know that we've been going for since the very beginning, about an hour and 20 minutes. Like I said, we're going to cut it off here. Guys, just get in, just join if you're already in. Upgrade your package, start buying panels, get serious about this thing, because in 2 months from now, you could be bringing in a lot of money, right? And you could be using that for whatever you want. Obviously, we're gonna run the ultimate co-op. We're going to tap into that traffic that you wouldn't be able to touch any other way. And obviously, we're going to keep growing our accounts. So if you guys have any questions, are you guys good with hanging out just for a little bit and answering some questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, very good. So I'll be able to edit this whenever we finished it, and I might leave the questions on, might not, depending on how long it goes, or if the questions are worth repeating or whatever. So guys,